Hey y'all, Bay here bringing you Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, and today I would like to do an evaluation on the new 4 characters plus Misaki after the impact from these new characters, if you have them, okay? So first of all, let's go over Kazami and Furukawa. Here it is, here's the Excel. So, as you can see, these characters their passives are high bowler and low bowler, so they don't get the passive boosts. But the reason why there's the very right cell for both of these characters is because they have hidden abilities where they can buff themselves by up to 9% each, because they both have combination Furukawa, Kazami per each, and also each color's golden 23 plus 4%, so that adds up to 9%, and as a result it becomes the very right. And for Kazami, he's a little bit edgy on shot, whereas Furukawa is edgy on pass. And to be honest, for Kazami, his shot power 11,600 is not enough today. No way, because today top tier shooters have around above 13k at minimum to even 14k. For characters that have like very good, they exceed like 15 to 16k. So compared to those, this is not gonna make any goal, to be honest, okay? So I would not recommend you to raise this guy's shot. I would rather raise his 1-2 if you have both these characters, that is. But yeah, because although his pass is weak, he has interception block. It activates by 70%, which is like there is still a risk that it might not activate, but you know, if you can block their interception, he will be able to do 1-2 easier. Yeah, so yeah. But even after all these being said, I personally, frankly speaking, do not recommend you to go after these characters that much, unless you're going with green Japanese using Misaki like me. Other than these people, I don't think the characters themselves. Sorry, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to diss these characters, but I don't think they're that great. Yeah, of course the team skills are unique. These might be attracting for some people, but these characters themselves, they're not that great, and it's the buffs are limited, too limited, because even in my team, well, I'll show you the team later, okay? I'm showing you the Excel right now. So there's only like Misaki, Kazami, and Wakashimazu that's from Golden 23. And I don't even know if I'm gonna use forward Wakashimazu, because that means I won't be able to use goalkeeper Wakashimazu, which is tough decision. So this guy does a big buff, 4%, but only to like 2-3 people, right? So is that really good? You know, it's too limited, is my frank opinion. And these characters themselves aren't like that great, to be honest, and they don't have enough skills at the moment too. So right now I'm using Kazami, but whenever I match up against the opponent, I'm using like A passes that's weak, and it's just too tough today because there's so many users that's raising their S skills. You know, facing these characters with like a mob skill that's A 260 or 250, it's not gonna work. So I'm having hard time, and I'm still although I got Kazami and I'm using green Japanese, it fits, but I might get rid of Kazami at the end. I don't know, I haven't tried enough yet, but I have the feeling that I might have to do that at the end. So I don't know, that's my frank opinion using Kazami, okay? And Furukawa, the same story. And next evaluation is the new Tachibana twins. So these characters, they have their team skills are good, right? For those who want these team skills, it's good, of course. Oh, sorry, it says RS, but I meant golden. Yeah, it's not RS. Let me just check real quick behind. Why did I put RS? I think it was Golden 23, right? Golden 23 2 additional. Yeah. So sorry about that, but their team skills are good for those who want them. But other than their team skills, again, their passives don't buff these characters. So they have to fight with the middle XL, which is not that high. It's even lower than Furukawa and Kazami, so it's difficult. And although both of these characters exceed 10k for something, at the end, if you don't have option to dodge the opponent, you know, you only have pass for Masao, dribble for Kazuo, and also they do have new S skills, but they're not strong. 420 for Masao, 415 for Kazuo. So frankly speaking, again, it's gonna be tough. These characters are gonna be tough to use, but of course their passives are, when they get past, the opponent's stats will go down or their stamina will go down, so they don't lose without nothing. You know, they do something to the opponent. If they lose, even if they lose, they will decrease the opponent. But I don't know. Yeah, I personally think it's unique, but it's not like a must-have type of character. So yeah, this time gacha, I frankly think it's not a go. Yeah, because 3-year ad is coming up soon. It's gonna come in June. It's already mid-April. They are giving out black balls today, and why not save them instead of using them right now? And to be honest, if you're someone who recently started the game, it's okay. But for those who's been playing this game for a long time, who has a lot of characters, I would not recommend you to go for the 25 million download gacha either, because, well, look at, you know, what the rates are, and look at how many characters you want, and if you have a lot of them that you want in that gacha, then it's okay. But unless you're that kind of person, it's not a go, I think. I personally think. Okay, you don't have to believe me. It's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I don't think it's that attracting to me. Okay, and last but not least, Misaki. So Misaki in my team right here in the center. Let's look at the Excel. So after putting Kazami and Furukawa is outside of the box on the right. Okay, before Kazami and Furukawa, his shooting power was 13k. But if you're able to put Kazami and Furukawa, Misaki will get 14% buff just by these two characters. 14. So as a result, his shooting power will exceed 15k. Okay, that is strong. 15. And this guy has Flash Raiju, which is the strongest shooting skill in the game. 525, right? So as a result, with if you multiply this 525 to 15k, it's gonna be 80k. 80. This is as strong as like Ultimate Skydive, Super Dream Fest Tsubasa. Well, that Tsubasa is still a little bit better, but it's at the same level. It exceeds 80k. So, and it's a ground shot. But of course, it takes up a lot of your stamina, and this Misaki only has 984 stamina, so you'll only be able to shoot like once or at best twice. So there is a risk. But when you think about the strongest power you can do with this Misaki, that would be using Flash Raiju, so which will reach 80k with these two new characters in the team. Okay. And not to mention, this is only when you add Kazami and Furukawa's buff. But if you're using like Green Japanese team, you can do more than this. On top of this, like my team, I don't have Furukawa, but I can do 21 to Misaki. Okay, 21. And as a result, my in-game friendly match stats, shooting stats for Misaki was 26.3k. Almost 4k. 26.4k. Okay. So it doesn't sound that great, right? Today there's like super strong characters can reach like 28k, 29k even, like Hyuga, Margus, stuff like that. But or even Tsubasa maybe. But the thing is, this guy, like I said, this guy has Flash Raiju 525, whereas like Margus, his best shot is like 475. Or like Hyuga, his best shot is 500, right? So this Misaki, although he doesn't look that strong just by looking at the shooting stats, he can catch up afterwards. Like for example, this 80k with Flash Raiju, right? This Hyuga, Super Dream Fest Red Hyuga, he has, if you have like Takeshi in the team, and Roberto and some other characters, I think you're able to buff Hyuga up to like 15%, around 15, right? 14, 15 maybe. That will make Hyuga like really strong, and as a result, if he does Stormy 500, his shooting power with my calculation will be like 83k, 83. That's strong, but like I said, my Misaki also exceeds 80k, so it's not as strong as Hyuga, but it catches up, you know. That Hyuga with like 14-15% buff, I think had like 16k shooting power, whereas this Misaki is 15k, right? So the gap is with the comparison between shooting stats is big between Hyuga and Misaki, but then as a result of Misaki's shooting skill that's strong, he catches up. And not to mention, like I said, I'm calculating this with just Kazami and Furukawa's buff. On top of that, Misaki can get more. So, yeah. So as you can see, this is how strong this guy is after the new characters. But like I said initially, I don't know if... okay, let's get rid of the Excel. Look at my team. As you can see, I'm using green Japanese team, but there's no space to put Furukawa in, even if I had Furukawa. You know, putting in Furukawa means I have to get rid of Oiran or Roberto for sure, right? And if I get rid of Roberto, that's 4% to everyone, and you'll lose that. Instead of getting like Furukawa gives 5% to Misaki only because I'm green Japanese, so I don't get the golden 23 red, golden 23 4%. No one gets that. So it's I don't think that's worth it. So if you think about all that, it's just hard to fit both these two characters in. That's my frank opinion. I can't get rid of any other characters. And even if you can, and you buff Misaki big, don't forget that it's hard to use this Misaki because his stamina is very low, and Flash Raiju takes so much of your stamina, as you can see here. You know, it takes up 535 out of 984. So if you think about all that, it's not easy. It's not easy. That is my point. So think carefully. Can these new characters really fit into your team? Can you get rid of other characters instead? Also, even if you can, if you buff Misaki a lot, Misaki will be good. But if your opponent's goalie, for example, is like Fes Espadas, I don't think even after Misaki being really strong, can score off Espadas because he's red, he's Japan killer. It's gonna be hard, right? And when that happens, you'll have to depend on some other characters. So Furukawa and Kazami can buff Misaki big time, but it basically buffs Misaki only, and some other characters too, but it's only for golden 23. So you know, if you think about all that, you have to really think carefully. Is it really worth replacing another character? You know, so be careful. That's my point. Sorry, it's a bit complex. I was maybe unable to be clear enough, but yeah, I think first of all, these Furukawa, Kazami, they themselves aren't that great because their passives are low ball or high ball, which doesn't buff their stats, and they have hidden abilities that will buff their stats up to 9% if you have both of them. But even after 9%, their stats aren't like OP or anything. Plus their skills aren't that great at the moment, at least. So you'll have hard time trying to get past opponent defenders. And then, but of course they have other advantage that they will buff Misaki big time. But even after that, you have to be careful. This Misaki has low stamina. It's hard to use. So yeah, and I don't know what I'll do yet, but I'm still determining. I might want to get rid of Kazami and put my Fest Diaz back, because Fest Diaz is blue non-Japanese, so depending, like the sample I gave you, if the opponent is Fest Espadas, I can use Diaz instead of Misaki or Hyuga. So in those occasions, I can prepare myself for those occasions if I have Diaz in, right? Yeah, so I'm still determining. So I hope you liked the video. Sorry to not be clear enough, but it's starting to be really complex. So many hidden abilities that buffs some characters that it's hard to do the evaluations these days, but I'll try my best. So I hope you like it. Please do subscribe for those who haven't yet, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, and bye.